And welcome to Around the Table. It is a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
The 12th of November. And we've gotten over the hard hit of a Monday.
What did it hit you hard?
Yeah. Hit me hard. It was so hard. It hit me so hard. I really wanted it to knock me into Friday.
Well, I might not disagree with that, but I don't know that I felt that hard.
Anyway, it's a beautiful day in the Ozarks today, and the fall color blast has come and gone.
Right.
I don't even think I remember it. It just happened.
It was over rather quickly, Dan.
Just rather quickly.
You know, I drive through Maplewood, which is kind of this scenic viewing
it's done,
spot.
right?
You know, well, yeah, but I mean, it was done early, kind of. It felt like it.
You know, there's people that travel here from all over the country just to see some of the fall foliage.
Right.
And they had to really time it perfectly.
This year was not the year to show it off quite so much.
Yeah, if they were going to do it, they probably may have had to have gotten a tent. And
just stayed there?
Stayed there to see it as it happened.
Perhaps they should have just camped in the tree.
Oh, yeah, they could.
Or they could get a really close-up view of how quickly it goes.
That's the beauty of nature.
Unpredictable nature.
Unpredictable. You know, we were complaining about the drought the other day.
Well, we got that.
I mean, that was one of the record-breaking periods of time where there was no water at all in the forecast or whatever. Now it's, my pond is full and everything's back
this
to normal.
This little dry Jordan back here is still wet across the slab. I mean, it rained how many days ago? It's kind of crazy. But
yeah, you wonder where it all comes from.
Yeah, why does it have to leave forever and then come? Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh yeah, so what's happening? You want to remind people about the circus?
Yes,
that was such a phenomenal.
I'm looking for someone to go with me.
Okay, if you'd like to take Ann to the circus this Saturday, because Saturday's their last day.
Well, I don't want to go Saturday. I'm going through the week. Can't we go through the week?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to find that out.
I always thought that was on the weekend deal,
and it may be. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that up. But
I know that last night I drove by as the parade was happening.
Oh,
and I looked over at the tents. And the tents were not lit up, so I just wondered.
So was it dusk then? Yeah. At that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but that was. Could you name the parade again? I'm not real good at.
Veterans Day Parade?
No, not the parade, but the circus.
Piccolo Zappa. Zappa?
Piccolo.
That's what I'm thinking, Zappa, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's happening. It's ending this Saturday, and it's well worth the admission fee. It was very, very unique.
They call it a boutique circus.
Well, yeah, that would fit. And we're trying to get a representative to come on either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday to talk a little bit more in depth about the circus and
how they, just a little history
society,
there. Yeah, and they may explain that during the performances.
They do.
It said here you can get tickets for the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. You can get it all through the week.
Good.
Yay.
Well, go. I mean, if you got a little time.
I may have to go by myself, and I can't find a partner, so that's okay.
All right, check that out. We really, really promote that.
Yeah.
And that's a shameless plug because they're not paying us to do that.
No.
It's not we're
all.
not forced to do that.
Dan we've heard good things about it, and Dan experienced it all on his own.
And highly recommended. But let's talk some weather. Would you like to?
Well, Dan, I do believe I would because you know what?
What?
It's mostly sunny, as you can see.
Yeah, sun's
outside
coming through the door there.
It is mostly sunny right now, and I don't know what the temperature is at this moment, but in the 50s, and it will be a high of 63 or somewhere around there. Partly cloudy this evening with a low of 42. And then Wednesday, guess what happens? We
showers.
may or may not might get some showers and a thunderstorm, but there will be a high of 64. Chance of precipitation is 60%.
Oh, that's probably a good possibility.
New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch, though, so we're not expecting, I guess, any torrential downpours. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low of 40. Thursday, high of 62. Thursday night, a low of, wait for it, 35.
Ooh, that's going to be chilly.
Then go ahead.
Friday, it looks like the high temperature for that day would be 64, calm winds. And Friday night, low 39 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, let me look here. 65 for Saturday, high. Sunday is 68, and Monday 65. So it's going to be in the mid-60s.
There you go. I think that's probably average for November.
And then the rain comes back into the forecast Sunday with a 30%, and it hops up to 50 Monday and Tuesday.
We may not be done with the rain, Dan, but maybe it will have had time to soak into the ground a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be positive. Yeah. Don't you know?
We need to be.
I try.
Need to be positive. We have a guest coming up in this first half hour.
Yeah.
And he's well known in the hallways here. Because he's like in high school. You seen that guy that never goes to class?
He's the hall monitor.
He's the hall monitor. He's always roaming the halls. And Jim Johnson, who will be here to talk, they do the Goblin basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is aired right here on the original KHOZ 94.9 AM 900. Dadgubbit.
Wow, where'd you see that at?
I wanted to make sure I got it right. We hadn't said it in a while. Yeah. So we'll be talking with Jim.
Yeah. Do we have any other guests come on today?
Nope. Nobody that I know of,
Just
unless you've
us?
scheduled someone.
Yeah. Well,
And
you know,
vice versa.
sometimes we schedule people and then they just show up and we forget that we schedule them.
Or sometimes people show up and we go, "Oh crap, did we schedule them?"
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's happened.
It has happened.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you'll tune in for the whole hour of the show. We like to provide some good information as well as nonsense.
Yeah.
To boot.
Have you ever had to have an inspector for your house?
I'm sure I did.
You're going to buy a house or something.
I mean,
you
I'm
want
sure
to
I
have
did.
a spec-
Yes.
Well, that's what I did yesterday.
Well, I heard something about. I mean,
yeah,
I
I'm
saw
trying to find a home inspector.
Okay.
Because I'm buying a place.
Yeah.
And it's got a home on it. It's either a home or a house. I'm not sure. And the inspector will tell you at the end. He'll have a written report.
Yes.
But I learned a lot about inspectors. And
so you had one go out yesterday?
No. I hadn't yet. I'm just in the
oh.
process of trying to find a good one.
Vetting.
I'm vetting. And they do quite a bit of work.
Do they?
When they go out to inspect a place. So if you're in the market for looking for a home, just be reassured that, you know, you go out and you look at a place and go, gosh, this is what we want. I'm worried about the foundation, or could the foundation be okay? Or
well, that's when you get your inspector in there, right?
Yeah, and they go out and they check the foundation. They check for, structural things in the home. They can check the water.
Oh.
They've got people that will come out and check your septic, find the septic tank if there's one out there. They check, let's see, what else did they check? He had a whole list of things that, they had a instrument where you could point it at the walls and find out if there's insulation in the walls.
Really?
And if the insulation has fallen. Because, I mean, if you have that spray-in insulation, it's like, like a
foamy
pillow
almost.
down or something, or whatever it is, the foam.
Yeah.
Some of the older stuff is cellulite, so it's loose, and after time it just kind of gets
settles
compact. So all your heat's going up to the top, and it's just going right out of the house because it's not insulated. So and they do all that. So I'm kind of excited.
Is this something you are paying? You have to pay for out of pocket, or
yes.
is it included in anything else?
Well, this was included in the offer.
Okay.
But I mean, you have to pay for it initially.
Sure.
And I'm not sure what all the other ones charge. And there are different fees for different things, but generally just the inspection is under one price.
Okay.
So.
Well, there you go. So you'll find out what you need to know.
Yeah.
Do they? Oh, you don't have to do that when you sell a house, just when you buy one.
it's usually somebody that wants to buy the house will want some kind of inspection.
Well, and I you can totally understand that.
Yeah, you can even buy insurance now when you buy a house.
Oh, really?
Which will cover, the heating unit, which they do. This guy does check the heating unit and all the components in the house to make sure everything works. But you could buy insurance for, like if the dishwasher goes out within a year, then it's covered
for an extra amount of money.
Yeah,
but sometimes that's probably paid people. I mean, it's
probably
been
a good idea,
advantageous,
because you never know why the person's selling the house.
No, you
don't. They could say, we got to get out of this house because the basement's leaking and the foundation's falling apart. And
they're supposed to disclose, but
yeah, well, you don't always.
Yeah, right.
So it depends on how motivated you are.
There you are.
Yeah. Which brings up some topics to ponder.
Let's ponder some stuff.
You want to ponder some? Am I talking way too much? Yeah. You think so? Okay.
No, I just think we should ponder some topic.
Okay, let's do a topic.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay, I will give the question, and then you need to...
No, I'll give the question, you give the answer.
It's not that. I mean, I'm fine about that, but I want you to explain it, because someone else didn't understand what you meant by comprehensive. So you need to explain that.
Okay.
Are you doing the question or me?
I don't care. You do the question.
Should schools teach comprehensive sex education?
As opposed to the way it used to be taught, which very vaguely was taught in school. Basically, it was taught as an anatomy. You know, here's the body, here's the components of the body, here's the genitals, here's the whatever.
Right.
But they never really got into a deep discussion.
Or detailed.
A deep detailed discussion about the sex act and sex, the education of sex.
Right.
But now in school that they're teaching a more, it'd probably knock your socks off at what they talk about and some of the literature they allow.
Is it soft porn?
Basically, yeah. So, when I was in school, they didn't talk about sex per se. They talked about the anatomy of it, but I think you should figure that stuff out on your own. It's a cool discovery if you just figure it out on your own.
Well, Leslie King, I agree with you. The health books from the 90s era should be brought back.
Yeah.
When they were basic. I mean, maybe not all parents will teach their kids about that, but I don't necessarily think the school, that's their place to teach my children about sex.
Right.
And I give them, if they ask questions, I'll answer them 100%. But I don't know what the school's saying to them. You know what I mean?
Well, you know that some of the books that they're allowing in, they're for sixth grade kids, and it's pornography. Some of the books are just.
So I disagree. I don't think they should. I
don't think there should be sex taught in school at all.
Anatomy and physiology, sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all know what that is.
There you go.
But your values as a parent may not want to impose values outside of your values to your child.
Well, they're going to expose to it.
They're
going to get
saying.
exposed to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I think they're going to live in a shell.
But not in a public school setting.
Right. Well, deeply detailed.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay, let's back away from this topic.
Okay, we want to know your thoughts. And I told people on here that I thought you would explain what comprehensive was, what you meant by that, so that they could, because a couple of people asked.
Comprehensive, the root word is comprehend, to understand in full detail, and I don't know that we should do that.
The full detail is what is the deal.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people feel exactly the opposite, and that's
fine.
That's okay.
Share
too.
your thoughts. We're not here to bash you. We're just telling you what we think. We're having you ponder this.
Yeah. Okay. I like the third approach to things.
Yeah.
Your side, this side, and that side.
Exactly.
I like the third side. That's okay.
I want to mention that on this next, our Today in History, we had to X out 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 11. Yeah. Because it has music on it.
Yeah, so we can't play music.
Our Today in History has come shorter.
Oh, we can read the first one if you want to.
What?
Yeah, you want to do the first one?
78 years ago, the Walt Disney movie Song of the South, controversial for its treatment.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
I did that on purpose.
Back up. Let's start over. 78 years ago, the Walt Disney movie Song of the South, controversial for its treatment of the film's black characters, had its world premiere in Atlanta. Vaudeville and radio actor James Baskett played Uncle Remus and was given an honorary Academy Award for his role 2 years later. And this was actually the song of him singing Zippity Doo Dah. We all know that song, Zippity Doo Dah.
Yeah. Did you watch that song? Watch the Song of the South?
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I loved it. I know that's.
I might have to.
They depict people in a certain way, but that was history. That's the way it was back then. I mean, that was a.
You can't take that away, people.
And it was a Walt Disney movie, and they did it in such a way where you loved it. I mean, with good songs, but you cannot buy that. You can't find it. It's been banned.
Really?
Yeah, you can't find it
So
anywhere.
it's not on any platform?
I don't think so.
Canceled. Song of the South canceled. Yeah. You can't even order it.
No.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
North Korea is one of the most repressive societies on earth. It does not prosper. It arms.
41 years ago today, President Reagan began a visit to South Korea where he took a verbal swipe at communist North Korea.
Okay.
And then we want to do the birthday for...
Well, it's not a birthday, but 44 years ago, The River became Bruce Springsteen's first #1 album. Songs on that album included Hungry Heart.
Okay.
It's like, Mommy, what is it, a terrorist attack?
Big explosion. I ran out of the house and just saw flames shooting up in the sky.
All these houses bounced.
23 years ago today, an American Airlines plane bound for the Dominican Republic crashed into a Queens neighborhood shortly after leaving New York Kennedy Airport. 265 people were killed, including 5 on the ground. These residents were again jolted from their morning routines just 2 months after 9/11.
And 3 years ago, a judge in Los Angeles ended the conservatorship that had controlled the life and money of pop star Britney Spears for about 14 years. Okay.
And then we got a birthday cut. Musician Booker T. Jones, leader of the group Booker T and the MGs, was born on this day 80 years ago. And one of his biggest hits was called Green Onions.
Neil Young turned 79, and you might remember him from Heart of Gold and many other hits.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you must have mistaken me for somebody else. My name is Anastasia Beaverhausen.
What a name.
I loved her.
This is a birthday cut. Actress Megan Mullally.
Now, there's no way I could possibly say it.
Mullally
yeah.
was born on this day 66 years ago. She played Karen Walker on the NBC sitcom Will and Grace. Let's see.
It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. And we're going to have to work at this every day, but I want to do that because I want you.
Actor Ryan Gosling was born this day, and 44 years ago, he played the leading role Noah in the romantic drama The Notebook.
Okay. And another birthday cut, actress Anne Hathaway was born on this day 42 years ago. She won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role as
Fontaine
in Les Miserables.
I'm butchering it.
Yeah.
And then pop singer Omarion, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, was born 40 years ago. One of his songs is Icebox, featuring Timbaland.
Okay. All right. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have Jim Johnson in the studio, and he's going to talk about the basketball season.
Goblin
Both boys and girls, Goblin basketball. Stick around, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get everything you need for your next project at Menard.
26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. It's basketball season once again. And to talk about Goblin basketball, we have in the studio with us Jim Johnson. Hey, Jim.
Hello. How are you?
Hey. Grab that microphone.
Hello.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh.
Dang.
Is that the way you do it when you open the game?
That's what I do. Get everybody's attention.
It did it. Good morning.
Are you excited for the new season?
Yeah, I kind of am. Football for high school, for teams not making the playoffs, which Harrison was one of those, ended this past Friday.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Start today. And the smaller schools around our area started basketball 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
The larger schools are kicking it off this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Goblins being one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, about the team itself, kind of where we're at.
Well, okay, girls and boys. The girls team had a really tough year last year. I think they were 18 wins and 17 losses, so they really struggled. They got a new coach this year, Jackson Dozier.
Yes,
For the Goblins. He had been the assistant coach last year. He'd been coaching in Morrilton before that. He takes over as head coach of the girls team. The girls have 3 starters, I think, coming back, and then 3 others that saw a lot of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
So they should be better than they were last year, and with a new attitude and a new coach.
You get a little gelled together too, maybe after playing.
Yeah, and they should do a good job. And then the boys, I'm real excited about. They were 8-11, just missed the state tournament last year. They have every person that played every minute of a game back this year. They didn't lose.
Wow, that'll be huge.
They got all 5 starters, 3 or 4 people that's played off the bench, all back. So tons of experience. They have I think 4 senior starters and 1 junior. So they will have confidence, and I look for them to have a really good year.
Yeah.
Good.
And they kick off tonight.
Well, the girls do. The girls kick off tonight at Clarksville. It's against Heber Springs at Clarksville. Clarksville has a kickoff thing for girls basketball every year, and we'll have it right here on KHOZ tonight. Tip-offs at 4:00. Mike Yarbrough and I. The boys and girls play a exhibition game against Bentonville. One plays Bentonville, the other plays Springdale at home here at Harrison Thursday night this week. And then to round out the week, the Harrison boys, because their expectations are pretty high, they were invited to a special invitational tournament called some weird name, Tournament or something like that. But it's the most elite teams in Arkansas. They're playing Little Rock Parkview
Wow.
At 11:30 on Saturday morning. We'll be bringing that game also. So, it's kicking off, and 4 games next week, and then it goes crazy from here on.
Are you ready to hit the road?
Yeah, I'm going to hit the road. I got Mike Yarbrough, who is an excellent driver and has been for last 50 years.
Well, you get to sleep on the way back.
No, he kind of gets upset with me when I sleep.
Okay.
He lets me know that I fell asleep. So I try to stay awake.
Well, at least you got a good rapport with him. I mean, you've known him for at least 2 or 3 years now, right?
Several. And we do have fun. If anybody tunes in and listens to us, we, of course, call the game, but our attitude is we try to do it like we're 2 guys sitting in the stands watching the game and talking about it.
Yeah.
So we a little different. We don't take ourselves seriously at all.
Kind of like this show.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, it's more realistic.
It's more realistic. Yeah. People relate to that stuff.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you go ahead.
Well, you mentioned you hit on the girls basketball coach Jackson Dozier, but let's talk about the guys.
David Stoller back for his 100th year. I don't know, 32nd or 3rd year. I think 20-something at Harrison. We graduated high school together and played together, so I can call him old because that just means I'm calling myself old. But David does a great job. Heath Nicholas is his assistant coach, and I think David's been here. In all seriousness, I think he coached 5 years at Mena, and he's coached 28 at Harrison.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And so a lot of good expectations for the basketball teams.
And I don't know, where you can find a basketball schedule, but
best thing is to go to harrisongoblins.com. Just go to harrisongoblins.com, and it'll have a thing where you pick teams. You can put boys or girls, or even junior high, 7th grade.
Yeah.
They're all on there.
Now you can listen to the game. I know it's out of the broadcast area, but you can listen to it and watch or listen to it on online, right?
Yeah, KHOZ, and then you can listen
to
it.
Get the app.
Huh?
If you get the app.
Yeah, you got the app. You just punch on the app, or you go on to the original KHOZ.com, and any of that way. Yeah, we have a lot of ways to listen to the game.
Okay.
And we do have listeners. There's a lot of grandparents that live out of the area of kids that we hear about that they tune in and do that on the stream.
Yeah, wow, that's good.
Who are some of the most going to be our hardest opponents this season?
Oh, in the conference play, the conferences in Arkansas started every 2 years. They realign based on school population size. And based on if some team's really good, like Pulaski Academies used to always be in our level. They've won so many state tournaments, they boosted them all the way to the top, which they should have done a long time ago.
Get them out of there.
Yeah.
But so our conference is a lot of the same teams, but Farmington is back in our conference. You know where Farmington is? It used to be a little area, but it butts up against Fayetteville.
Right.
Yeah.
It says entering Farmington on one side and entering Fayetteville on the other side of the same sign. And because of school choice, kids can play anywhere they want in North Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to live in a district anymore.
Oh, boy.
All you have to do is find one subject or something that's not offered at your school that's offered at another.
I didn't know that.
So. Is that good for sports?
It's unfair.
Yeah.
It's unfair for the teams like Harrison doesn't have anybody close that can do that, but or Mountain Home doesn't have anybody close to do that. But Farmington has 3 starters that started at Fayetteville last year that got mad at the coach. So they go on down the road. So it makes it very interesting because the players are moving around.
Yeah. Wow.
In Northwest Arkansas, everything's within driving distance, so you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh well. The rules aren't broken.
No, rules aren't broken.
Yeah, that's the hard thing about doing ethical things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to break the rules, but we're sure going to
create an unfair advantage.
Yeah, had some unfair advantage.
One thing I wanted to mention while I was in here, because it's different than it's been in the past, the Lyndall Thomas Classic, which is always between Christmas and New Year's. This year it's here at the arena in Harrison. This year it's the 26th, 27th, 28th. We have teams from all around the state and from Missouri. We got back, Matt Bell and I are co-chairman. We started last year, and we're trying to rejuvenate it. And so this year, we have Bergman and Valley Springs boys and girls in it, and Valley Springs boys, which is unusual, but that's what we want to start doing to bring crowds.
Sure, yeah.
And those programs are very good. I mean, Bergman won state tournament one and runner-up in the other. So we're going to have them back, and it'll be great basketball, and it's fun. And a lot of people are off work during that time anyway, so 26th, 27th, 28th of December, there'll be basketball at the gym starting at 10 o'clock in the morning to go until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
So how long are you going to grow your beard? For Christmas?
Well,
are you doing this for Christmas?
Santa?
Yeah. Do you have any young kids? I bet you don't. They're at school. I'm playing Santa Claus in a couple different venues.
We'll keep that on lowdown.
Yeah. And last year, I didn't have this beard, and I had to wear the fake beard, and it itched like crazy because you're wearing that. I mean, and I had to go to the restroom several times to take that thing off, sweating underneath it. So, I decided I was going au natural this year and going full beard. So I plan to have a first of the year ceremony on trimming the beard.
You do that every year, don't you?
Yeah.
The ceremonial beard trimming.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll invite you guys this year.
Please, just do it here. Just put it on here.
We could do the shaving.
Just live stream it.
Maybe we could do it right here.
I've got a straight razor.
Ooh.
You got a buck knife that's pretty sharp?
Well, it's not.
I got a box cutter I can start with. I don't know.
Yeah.
We could do it in here.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do. All right, tonight's first game, ladies playing
4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock tip-off. We'll be on there about 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Tune in.
All right.
On the original KHOZ 94.9 AM 900.
Right. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll take a break. Stay with us. All right. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It's a, what do you want?
Nothing.
Ann, just sit there. It's not your turn.
Well, all right then, Dan.
You ever have to be reprimanded when you're in school to keep quiet? Or?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
I think I was pretty quiet at school.
Yeah, me too.
I was kind of shy back then, too. I was not the outburst of whatever I am now.
You ever put tacks in your
No, I didn't do mean stuff. No.
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
I didn't do that either.
Hey, do you take Uber ever?
Uber.
Do you Uber? Uber?
Never done that. No.
Like Lyft, Uber, Uber?
I would like. There was a point in time when I was interested in maybe starting an Uber business here.
Yeah.
Just a thought. I never really.
I'm not sure how much it would get utilized here, really. Unless you just were open to
and
PRN.
That was part of it. Yeah. It was big in bigger towns like Springfield and Fayetteville.
Cities and stuff. Yeah. And we used one this weekend. You get from our hotel to the box center.
Okay.
And it wasn't very far, but it was raining. So.
I've seen some of those videos where they've got a camera in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And the people in the back are just so obnoxious, and they're not going to pay, and they're going to give you a bad review and all that stuff.
I do not understand that mentality, but whatever.
Yeah.
But the company Uber is now offering safaris from Cape Town, South Africa. Don't worry, you're not going to be checking on lines in somebody's 1996, RAV or whatever, but you will be in a traditional safari truck in a private game preserve. Safaris can cost thousands of dollars,
right.
But Uber wants to make it affordable. Their trips are only $200 for 4 people.
Oh.
So we were just talking about big cities and all that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that's pretty cool. You can get an Uber and go see the crazy wild animals in an animal preserve in South Africa. I think that would be amazing.
Okay.
Anyway.
But you have to get to South Africa, right? Yeah. I wonder what the airfare to South Africa would be.
I don't know.
Why don't you Google that? Maybe? I bet it's a couple thousand.
Also, did you know the state of Arkansas is suing YouTube?
Why?
The Arkansas Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against YouTube because the site is addictive.
Well, yeah. So is everything on social media. It blames
the video platform website for the millions of extra dollars spent on mental health services. Okay, I'll say something in just a second. Arkansas filed similar lawsuits last year against Facebook and TikTok. Their lawsuit isn't seeking damages. Instead, the state wants YouTube's parent company to foot the bill for education and treatment for kids who are addicted to social media. So again,
what about restraint?
What about choice?
Yeah.
Don't get on the platform.
I think this is where parents should.
It's a parent fail in a way.
Control maybe the usage, block them out, or can you not keep them from going to certain sites?
And I don't know. I know as kids get older, maybe there's not the parental influence quite as much, But again, you're trying to blame something on a person. On something that is a person's choice. It's like the same thing as I feel about gun control.
Right.
I didn't make you pull that trigger.
Right.
But there may be mental health issues that do contribute to that. But
right. Yeah. Well, it's just like somebody said, okay, I'm going to throw a loaded gun on the floor in the middle of a crowd. Is the gun going to kill anybody, or is somebody going to make that choice to pick it up and do something wild with it? Yeah.
It's always a choice, and it seems like the more we coddle to that environment, into that thinking, I don't know. I don't have mental health issues. I don't deal with that aspect of it, but I still think right from wrong.
That there are mental issues going on. People get depressed.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a real good grasp on what that's like, but. Yeah. I still say it's a choice if you go pick up a gun and kill someone.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
that's why that there are entities that help people with mental illness, and there's a path to get out of the mental illness, either with medication or therapy.
We had a therapist on here who said, that people got all upset, our kids and stuff, about social media and all that, and she said, well, the first thing I tell them is get off of it.
Yeah, get off of it. That's the first step. And
you have that choice.
Back several years ago, when social media was in its infancy, maybe not more than 10 years ago, but we had a huge ice storm, and it cut our power for several days.
Yeah.
Some people were without power for 10 days.
Right.
And I heard story after story where the kids were they were violent, that they didn't have their phones, they didn't have their social media, they didn't have their addiction,
That plus, we had, I started to say they didn't have electricity to watch TV, to see any kind of that type of.
That's why we don't need to we don't need to burn books.
True. Well, I remember the kids Richard had a little bitty TV. It was about that big that had a VHS on the bottom of it. And we had got a generator, and they ran a power up to upstairs with the boys in their water by heater and watched videos on that little big TV at night.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know what the perfect body is?
I've read something about.
Yeah.
No, what? No, please do. No, please don't tell me.
Oh, you don't want to know?
No, go ahead.
Oh, you'll be discouraged.
No, I don't know.
There's some math nerds that has determined the formula for the perfect female body. A bunch of German math nerds think they figured out the formula for the perfect female body, and it's not. It's got nothing to do with that 3-to-2 waist to hip ratio. They've said for many years. Instead, they found that the overall curviness was that the majority of men and women found most attractive in a gal. They also found that the pronoun they pronounced the S shape from the chest down to the thighs is most appealing. The S shape.
What does that even mean? S shape.
Well, the more curve you have, the more curve you have.
Okay.
Anyway, that's basically it.
Well, there you go, women. I don't feel so bad about myself right now as I thought I would.
Yeah.
I thought they're going to give me some measurements.
Do you think you have curves?
Yes, I have curves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Then that's all you need to know.
I guess I know one person who thinks I have a perfect body, so there you go. It's not me, but okay.
As you look in the mirror? Do
you look in the mirror and see all your flaws, or do you see the good things?
I just passed the mirror right by.
Richard said, "Can we just get rid of the mirrors?" And I said, "No, we can't."
Yeah. Oh, we can't.
I say that because I said it keeps us real and it keeps us focused on not just letting ourselves go. And he's the same way. We don't want to just. I want to be healthy as I can, and I think part of that is exercise and.
What would you do if you didn't look at yourself for like a solid year, and then all of a sudden you saw yourself? Would you be shocked?
Yes. I have a feeling as I age, it would not be a good shock either.
And you would see the things that are kind of falling apart.
You think about a year, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would be very. I think it would be mentally. I would be very down on myself.
So let's add more mirrors to the home.
Let's don't.
Everywhere.
Spirit Airlines. Have you heard of Spirit Airlines?
Yeah, I have.
Haven't there been some controversy maybe with them or something?
I don't know.
Well, okay. And you thought the legroom was the worst thing about Spirit Airlines. One of the flights was shot at when it landed in Haiti.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Bullets pierced the fuselage, rattling around the cabin and grazing a flight attendant. It's not clear if the flight was the target or if it just got in the way of gunfire, but the airport in Port-au-Prince has been shut down. Anyway, yeah. Like, that's kind of a scary.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit scary, people.
And the skins of those fuselages are not very thick, and they're not bulletproof either. It's like a tin can. They're pretty thin.
I mean, doors can fall off of them.
Sides
of the airplane
can fall apart. If you don't put the bolt in right. We need to take a break.
Okay.
We're going to be right back. We have more for you from Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Stick around, stay with us. We will be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table. You got just a few minutes remaining in the program.
We do.
Is this a program or is it a show? I
don't know what it is.
I think for me, a show is like entertainment, and a program is like educational.
We are a show.
We're a show a program slash slow show. Thing.
We're a slow program show. I don't know what we are. We're a show. Around the table show, I guess, is what I'm going to say. Hey, we were just talking about a little bit about aging and stuff on the break. On the break. Well, reverse aging jellyfish are discovered.
I read this story. That's pretty cool.
They may have just discovered the Benjamin Button of the sea. Scientists in Norway identified a type of jellyfish that ages backwards. They were studying a comb jellyfish in a tank, but after a few weeks, the jellyfish was replaced by a baby version of itself, somehow reverting back to larva. They think stress may reverse age.
What?
They think stress made it reverse age. Now, if they can only figure out how and then bottle it, they could sell that to a lot of women.
That won't happen with us, because I think when we stress, it accelerates the age process.
I agree. I mean, you see, I would agree with that. But that's quite interesting.
Yeah. Do you think they'll ever find anything like the Fountain of Youth?
Do you think there is a Fountain of Youth?
No, but I just...
No, I don't.
Wonder.
I don't. I don't think so. But
our bodies go through changes. I think they say it a little bit after 40 years old. There's an age change, and then when you're late 50s, it changes, and then So I wonder if you could stop that. You could live forever, right?
I don't want to live forever necessarily. Do you?
Well,
it depends. Maybe
flesh or spirit. You have to if you believe in the spirit world.
Well, flesh. I don't want. Yeah. I don't.
I don't want to.
I guess if you don't age and you're in perfectly good health, then okay, let me live forever. But that's not feasible. And
I don't want to live to be 400 or 500 years old if it takes me 20 minutes to walk across the floor. Yeah, no. I don't want to do that.
Same.
Yeah. I watch some of the basketball. I watch some of those kids play basketball, and I go, man, if I did that, I'd be laid up for 3 days.
Yeah. Yep.
So it'd be nice to have all that energy and all that physical looseness again.
But you think about the things you'd miss. I see it like I'm aging, but yet now I have a new grandson. There's things that come with that a rite of passage, so to speak. So, whatever. But that's not how God intended it. So here we are.
Yeah, you were telling me about Costco.
I did.
Did you want me to tell?
Butter. Go ahead. You talk about
it. The FDA has issued a recall on a whole lot of Kirkland butter. And you won't believe why. It's because the packaging doesn't say that the butter contains milk. Well, we all know that's where butter comes from, right?
Well, there you go.
The FDA requires foods with allergies to be labeled, which makes sense. Costco says you can toss it out or return it, or instead of insulting the cows, just use it with the knowledge that the butter is made from milk.
I'd probably do that. If there wasn't something fundamentally wrong with that butter except for labeling.
No, I'll take all your butter.
I'll eat your butter.
Yeah, I'll take all your butter.
Yeah, butter.
It's the margarine that's going to kill you.
Isn't that all like fat crap?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Fat crap. It's all fat crap, people.
Yeah.
So Gen Z consumes the most media of any generation. I am not surprised.
Oh, I'm sure.
A new survey finds that Gen Zers consume almost 7 hours of content daily, more than any other generation.
Wow.
And I wonder if they're, I'll ask that in a minute. And they spend the most money on it, too, an average of $1,100 on apps, streaming services, and social media every year. But they're also aware of it. Almost 70% of Gen Zers admit that they can consume too much media. You think they, get the point. But
as long as they're stable mentally, they can do whatever they want, don't you think?
Right, but when it starts affecting things, then and that goes for anything. If it's causing you a problem, whether it's social media, whatever it is, then it's time to reel it back.
Time to reel it back. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, I had another one, but I don't know where it went.
Let's see.
ChatGPT rejected more than 250,000 fake pics before the election. A new report from OpenAI claims that it rejected that many fake pictures of presidential candidates before last week's election.
How do they know?
Yeah, how do they know?
Yeah.
Who's monitoring?
If AI, which ChatGPT creates images like that, how does it know that it's fake?
Good question.
I don't know.
We don't.
Do you know you could get on your phone and all the pictures that you have in your phone, you can type in the name of the person you want to look for, and they'll bring up all those pictures
with that person in it?
Because it's face recognition. Try it.
I will. So do you have to be on a photo app to do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Within your photos on your phone.
Okay. Okay.
And you can type in home, and it will bring up all the pictures from that was taken at your home because of the location.
Wow. Do you ever follow those people that give you all the phone hacks? Like
what do you mean?
Well, like I see iPhone users that come up and tell me all these different hacks. They taught me stuff about my calculator and about things that that are even
really
more
work?
Advanced. Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I mean, I don't explore it a lot, but when something comes up and I think I could use that, and I'll go test it out. And sure enough.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Always learning, Dan. Always learning.
Yeah. If you own a Honda.
What's today though?
Oh gosh, we need to get going, don't we?
What is today?
Today is 2024 Sexiest Man Alive revealed, and I'm going to do a press conference a little bit later on this afternoon about that. They want to know,
y'all. I'm gonna bring him down when we get off air. I will bring him back down to earth. Don't worry.
I don't know who will show up for the press conference, but I'm going.
Maybe Kelly will.
I'm going to submit that I'm the sexiest man alive.
I'm going to pass on that.
Do we have anybody? Is it Patrick Swayze or Patrick Dempsey?
Oh.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, I guess so.
He was last year's sexiest man. Not bad for a 57-year-old. The Reader's Choice this year is HGTV's Chip Gaines. Who in the world is Chip Gaines?
He would be HGTV. They do housing.
Okay.
Yeah. Chip and Joanna Gaines. But anyway.
That's Kelly Ripa's husband.
No, that's Mark Consuela is Kelly Ripa's husband. But anyway, happy hour day. I guess that means it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere.
National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day. Take a minute today to nurture your soul. And that's probably not on social media.
Yeah, really. National Pizza with Works except...
I
love anchovies. They say except anchovies. It's believed anchovies were first put on a pizza in Naples, Italy back in the 1800s. Makes sense since the fish was cheap and easy to find, and it tastes so good. All right, everybody. We had a great day here.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Hump Day, and we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody.